With the recent release of Mortal Kombat 11, the fighting games community is flourishing with vibrant combos and cinematics. What seems like all of your friends are playing and having a great time, but here's the problem. You are not. With that being said, let's get into the reason I'm making this video. To help others enjoy fighting games and get into this daunting genre. Take a good look into the mindset of fighting game progression, not in just the game, but you as a player. I'm sure that there are other videos about this topic. Here is my take on the matter. My name is Poison Ducky, and let's get into the mindset of fighting games. First off, yes, I believe that enjoying a fighting game and an extension, the fighting game community, is a learned experience that can take some time to really grasp. Some of us have this innately, and others will never put the effort to learn. But the important part is that it can be learned. Let me be clear, it is completely okay to not like fighting games, but I feel that many people are shunning this amazing genre because of shallow excuses or poor early experiences. Experiences that once are discarded can lead to having an exorbitant amount of fun as you and your friends beat each other up. If this video can change the mind of just a few people or the friends who might watch this, it'll be worth it. Let's start off with the list on why you or your friends may not like fighting games and how to change their minds. Their first argument would be, I don't like to lose, I get frustrated and just want to quit. I understand that losing is frustrating and that when you go against something that you have no idea of countering, you will feel helpless. Common ideas that you will voice is that the enemy is a no-life, putting too much time in the game is a sweaty neckbeard. But hear me out. Just take a step back and breathe. It's okay to admit that you are at a lower playing level. The best thing you can do is try to look at why you lost and improve upon yourself. If you have trouble, you can always look up YouTube videos or even ask on Reddit or social media devices. You are not alone in the learning process and people will help you. But you don't even have to do that. If you can simply move on with minimal frustration and don't get tilted, you're already leagues ahead of many people trying to make it to this point. Next time you lose, you don't even have to rematch them. Just move on, play another game, just try not to get frustrated. A great tip is if you can't do this and just get tilted anyway, just take breaks. Sometimes a clear head is really all you need to get over that spamming no-life zoner loser. But make sure to come back later. One of the largest hurdles people find when playing a fighting game is to just not blame the enemy for your loss. It's a 1 versus 1. If the person beats you, it's completely okay. Look to yourself and why you lost. And don't get mad at the person who beat you. They just want to win just as much as you do. Another common complaint for players that are new to the fighting game genre is that they just can't jump in and win like any other game. They have to go to the practice room and practice, and that's just not interesting to them. In other words, they want instant gratification. Here's where it gets a little more opinionated, but I argue that the instant gratification of fighting games is you as a player getting better. Do you notice how most fighting games don't have a progression system towards abilities? There's no next unlock to use a special move at 100 hours of play. And those who do have this system tend to be wildly unpopular. The progression is not leveling up per se, it's simply getting better at playing the game. You will feel yourself get better at the game, and in a sense, you as a player will level up. Not your character level, but you. No XP bar or prestige level to show off, and at most you see how many matches a person has played and won. You can use these as an indicator so that you don't face people with a massive difference in playtime, but if the gap is not too large, try them out. You might learn a thing for someone that has a little bit more experience than you. The last point I'll be discussing is that a lot of players think that inputs of fighting games are just too hard and they will never be able to do combos. Thing is, most of the people who will make this point will most likely have not even seriously tried to learn a character in a fighting game. Or at least an easy one. There's an important distinction here. Let's take Mortal Kombat as an example. All you have to know is a basic string for pressure, and I can't stress this enough. The idea of blocking, not how to perfectly block attacks like pros. Just know the basic mechanic of how blocking works. Block high for overheads, block low for lows. The rest will come to you as you get better. When you actually pull off a combo you've been working on for a while, you get a high that's like finally beating that Dark Souls boss that killed you 50 times. As you can see, the inputs are just not too difficult. It's X, X, Y, or square, square, triangle. Leave the tough stuff for when you have a strong hold of the basics. If you've made it to this point of the video and still don't want to try a fighting game, that's fine. It just means they're not meant for you. You don't have the time, or you can't take the pressure of a 1 versus 1. But I hope after listening to me monologue for the past few minutes, you realize that the mental block stopping you from trying isn't the game, but is your lack of interest. So next time a friend asks you why you don't like a fighting game, just say, I'm not interested. Thanks for watching, everybody, and I'll see you next time.
Nice bit of tucker.
Final round. Fight! Finish him! Fight!
Nice bit of tucker.
Round 2. Fight! Finish him! Fatality. Kano wins. Black Dragon Fight Club. Round 1. Fight.
Rack off.
Round 2. Fight. Quick talent.
Sorry, mate. Job's a job.
Kano wins. Flawless victory.